Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio back live. Well, not live. It's a podcast on this 325. We got NCAA basketball that's been going on over the weekend. It's been a crazy weekend with a few upsets and all. We got Duke. They barely just squeezed one out yesterday. They got Virginia Tech up next. We're going to talk about how the Big Ten finished over the weekend after putting like about 7 to 8 teams in there. We're going to talk about the second time in 25 years the Big East ain't put a team in the Sweet 16. Damn, this is the second time. Plus, we're talking about Izzo and the player, man. We talking about a lot of stuff, man. It's all NCAA basketball. We talking Ja Morant, Zion Williamson. We talking, man, we just talking, man. I got my cousin on the phone, Telly, Jelly Belly Weasel. What's going on?
What up, man?
What's going on? I finally got you on the radio.
Oh, okay.
We got to do this more often, man. What you think about the lineup? What you think about the NCAA that just went past this over the weekend?
Well, yesterday I was fine until Duke played and they cheated.
How you figure Duke cheated, man?
Man, the referee cheated for them cats. Everybody know that Zion had a charge. Everybody know.
Yeah, that was a charge.
You call the right call. You call the right call. You see effective, be moving on, and everybody know it.
Yeah.
They cheated.
Yeah. So what? So you saying Duke? So you saying the refs missed the call then, right?
No, I said he got paid to miss that call.
He got paid to miss the call. Come on now, Weasel, man. You can't say he got paid to miss the call, man.
Why not?
You really think he got paid to miss the call?
Yes.
Weasel, come on now, man. Let's be serious.
If Zion, since John Morant is gone, they ain't had nobody else to talk about. Zion is the only person to talk about since John Morant gone. Both of them be the first weekend. Ain't nothing else to talk about. You know it.
Yeah. So speaking of Zion Williamson, what you think about his play yesterday? Because it was a tight game. You know, don't get it twisted. They fought a tough.
One that showed up.
Well, Barrett showed up. He did a little something. Right or wrong?
Man.
Huh?
What I saw, Zion was the only one that showed up.
What, you don't like Barrett or something, man?
I like him. He just didn't show up yesterday for me.
Cause I know you got your favorite picks and everything, man. The people that you like.
No, I don't.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I just think John Morant better than both of them.
So we ain't gonna jump into the Ja Morant talk. We still gonna talk this NCAA since we are on Zion Williamson and Duke. To me personally, I think the boy. I think he showed me something yesterday. He put up 32 points, 11 rebounds. Barry had 16, 4, and 8. Oh, Zion also had 4 assists. My thing is this Cam Reddish and Trey Jones. It seemed like they only show up part of the game, whether in the first half or even the second half. I think with a team like UCF, who has size, I think that's going to produce a bigger problem when they go against Virginia Tech and my boy Blaq over there. What you think?
I think if Virginia Tech had any kind of sense, they'd play a zone. Once Trey Jones to shoot from the outside. Go don't shoot.
That's what hey, you know what? I was watching yesterday. I was watching Duke, Weasel. And I'm saying, like, okay, I'm seeing Duke. I'm seeing this young team. I'm seeing Zion. He a freshman. It's a close, tight game. This is first time in the tournament. I'm trying to see, like, okay, what is he made of? What I seen the boy he big time moments. I like that about him. He also shot better from the 3-point. Cause don't you remember last time we talked? I talked about how You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really shooting from the field that good from 15 feet on out. You get what I'm saying? He was shooting like
Yeah.
29%. I think he finished yesterday with, I think he finished like 4 for 8 at the 3-point line, which is damn good, if you ask me. Now, I do feel like the refs missed the call at that period of time. Down when UCF got the ball down there on that last play after Zion had came and got that and one. I do feel like the refs missed the call and Duke squeaked by on one. We're gonna talk about this briefly, then we're gonna move on past Duke. What you think, Duke? How you feel about Duke chances against UCF?
You mean Virginia?
Now let's say Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. I'm sorry, Virginia Tech.
I think. You know what? I think Duke will make it to the Final Four, but when they have to play against Carolina or Michigan State, whoever they play first, they'll lose.
Well, Michigan State is in their path right now. I think, they're in the East. Michigan State is in their path. So
they'll play. So if they win on whenever they play,
I think they play
Michigan State after that, probably.
Yeah, they play Michigan State after that.
Oh, okay. So now, if Michigan State do what they got to do, and Duke do what they got to do, Duke ain't gonna make it to the Final Four. Then
you say what?
I said both of them win next weekend. Duke ain't gonna make it to the Final Four. Then
Yeah.
Duke will lose next Saturday or next Sunday.
Yeah, Duke played Friday. March 29th, they play Friday at 8:39 against Virginia Tech. It's gonna be on CBS. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be tough. I think a lot been shown that Duke has trouble with size, and that's one thing Virginia Tech do. They got size, plus they got this boy Wayne Allen, I think, and he a spark plug. And then they got this other guy. He remind me of Gerald Henderson. I'm trying to think of his name right now. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna think of his name. You got Alexander Walker, you got Kerry Blackshear, you got Amar Hill, and Ty Outlaw, and Betty. Amar Hill is the one that I'm talking about. That he like the Gerald Green type dude, man. Real good dude.
Okay.
But yeah,
didn't Virginia Tech beat them this year?
I think so. I think Virginia Tech did beat them this year.
Oh, yeah. They beat them in March.
Yeah. They sure did.
So, come on, man.
I say Duke sweet.
Everybody.
I say Duke sweet 16 and done, man.
Everybody talking about, Duke lost games when Zion was gone. So that means that Zion is the whole team that can't win without him?
You already know that, Weasel. You already know that. But we're gonna move forward, man. We're gonna go ahead and move forward, man. Go ahead.
RJ Barrett, you can't handle your own business while the man out.
Hey, Weasel, I was saying the same thing. Even when the Duke fans was crying on social media talking about they ain't got Zion. Coach K went on TV and said it himself that they not good without Zion. What type of coach is that, man? I really don't have no respect. Let me don't say that. I'm not gonna say I really don't have a respect, but it's a limit to the respect that I got for Coach K. You get what I'm saying? I always thought he was a Phil Jackson type coach. I always had a ready-made situation. Like, he always evolved off these players' talent and the power conference that he was in. You get what I'm saying? So him going to like Coach Cal type of system to get the one and done players and try to get them going and get them prepared for the NBA, it's not working for him. And he lucky to get Zion. He damn lucky to get Zion. But let's move forward, Joe. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take a music break when we come back, man. I'm talking to my cousin, Weasel. You sticking around, Weasel?
Yeah.
All right, I'm finna take a music break. Then we come back. We talking some more. Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. Be back in your ear.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the world. I'm writing a new piano piece.
Oh, yeah? Can I hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom resting, snoozing in the palm of my hand. The spot of my pad, king's crown on top of my head. The pen defends, it draws at the dimensions. Measured all the progression, written out my succession. As it lately, see my soul been fading in the paper cooking, taking life on any given day. I mean, it's heavily ironic that everything I wanted could be taken with the modicum. A molecule, a follicle, my airline never about to be pushed back. Receded and repeated, but the history spoke that. Learn from the past mistake, a predecessor use elms up on the edges and keep it coming together. I turn my pain into paper. Turn your combination, contemplate, I hit you up later. All my walls is ready with all my flaws, and glory carpets the hall, and loving cases it all. I mean, in this kingdom I reside, they got some arches and a market and a healthy livestock in the carpet. Shop to sell primarily Persian, and we got plenty of merchant. We got the life that you're searching, you're loving life and your purpose. You got the place and you know you will love to stay and play by your fireplace. Spirit serenading, educating, loving maiden, and stay until your heart's content. But in the world of paper, don't forget to pay your rent.
I've been building palace on my knees. Lately, I've been finding rapture. I've been building palace on my knees.
I'm tired of whatever ever means. Like evergreens and every day and everything is always gonna be okay. Cause as I walk through the streets of Mache, I see our fragile walls holding back the thoughts of our day. I keep this paper sword on my back though, the shield on my side, this dagger on my hip, so don't attack, I don't advise. Cause your life matters, but y'all don't even try to thrive. Why? See, I derive from the hope, I hope that people notice. Open up your mind and let me float in while I push this purpose. I defend this kingdom of paper, but know that it's a service. So in due time, you'll pay it forward for your fine. But please be kind, because you can't rewind. And take your time, and soon enough you'll find this paper that we building might just bury us, but a level playing field would be what's fair enough. Hey yo, part of my preaching. But if ignorance is bliss, then why we searching and seeking? Fly through our flimsy cities without any reason. Civil with cold souls, but we keep a heater. Okay, so cipher them seers, no time for liars and cheaters. No cry, we right through them tears. Stay high, but look where my feet is. Planted in the parchment that I started from. I'll show you what you need, you tell me what you want. Paper rolled around the tree, ironic, huh? Our vices tend to clarify our character. Embarrassing to others who deny it though, but I invoke the harshest truths to enlighten your knowledge, bro. And I'll ignite the fires that'll engulf the entire globe and burn away our debt so we are not alone, evermore.
Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, the Blaq Hippie, right here recording on this 325. Got my cuzzo on the line, my cuzzo Weezo. What up, Weezo?
What's up?
Yeah, this my cousin, man. This the one that back in the day, we used to hoop. And let me tell you something about this motherfucker here, right? He basically like taught me how to hoop, you know, showed me the rules and all that other stuff, you know, used to take time with me out in the park over there at Hubbard, you know, at times, and we used to be out there. What was your nickname out there? Boston?
Yep.
Yeah, that was his nickname, so we was a legend out over there in Hubbard Park, man. They call him Boston. But let me tell you what this motherfucker used to do to me. So it came a time period. When we stayed on Ferdinand, we had a rim in the backyard. And Weezer could shoot his jumpers. And, you know, that's what we used to start off at, because we got a rim in the backyard, because I guess they didn't want Weezer at the park no more. Weezer loved basketball. But anyway, so we used to go to the park. We used to hoop, you know, sometime and stuff. So we play one-on-one. And I got to the point where I started getting good and beating them. So I remember one time he shot the ball and the ball ricocheted and it went out of bounds. And I went to go get the ball and it was out of bounds. And I'm walking back to the top of the key. And this dude gonna say no, it ain't your ball. I said, what you mean it ain't my ball? It ain't your ball because it went out of bounds. I'm like, man, it went out of bounds on you, but you ain't go get it fast enough. You remember that bullshit, Weasel?
No, wasn't me.
Whatever, man. You used to cheat me, man. But it's cool, though. Weasel, he went to Opie River for us. Man, how long was you a manager at Opie River for us?
A while.
It was over 20 years, right?
No, it wasn't that long.
I thought it was like 20 years.
Uh-uh.
Like 15?
Well, it was a while. Yeah, it was about that.
That's a long time being a manager. And one of the people that passed through you, that passed through that program that you was involved in was Iman Shumpert. How was that whole thing like?
That was probably the best years.
That's when they was winning?
Yep.
That's dope. So you trying to say the years with Jason and Larry them wasn't the good years neither? Or what about Ramon Jones and all them?
Oh, those were good years too.
Ah, see that. Now, see, there you go.
I'm just saying, Al kind of got soft. Al kind of got softer towards the end.
Well, we all know what he was facing, sick bastard. But anyway, I don't want to talk about him on my radio show, man. We gonna move forward. Well, man, so this my cousin Weasel, man. We talking NCAA, man. We talking about the first round. We talked about Ja Morant. We talked about Duke in the beginning. We talking about the first. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm a little sick. We talking about the first round wrap up. What you think of the tournament so far, Weasel? Is it exciting? Is it boring? You can't wait to tune in Thursday, Friday. You don't want to tune in. What you think about the first week of the tournament? The first weekend of the tournament.
I think as long as Florida State don't have to play Carolina before the Final Four, I believe they can sneak in there.
You say that one more time?
From what I saw from Florida State on when they played against Ja Morant now, Florida State got a nice team.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
They're just in the wrong conference. Everybody talk about North Carolina and Duke, and don't nobody else get no love in that conference. But them, basketball wise.
My fault. I had to sneeze and had to mute the mic, Weasel. My fault. But yeah, my text messages keep going out. But the first round of the playoffs, man, I've been excited. My bracket looked like shit. It ain't owning up to nothing, but it's been all out exciting basketball. I got to see my boy Ja Morant. Which I think should be the Bulls' pick. What you think about Ja Morant?
Hey, if I'm anything that don't need a big man, I'm picking him. From what I saw the last two games, I'm picking him.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, at the beginning of the season, everybody was like, oh, is that R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson? From what I'm seeing, R.J. all right. But R.J. will be the third pick.
He would be the third pick?
Yep.
I kind of like my boy in Gonzaga. What's his name? Hamachi Chura.
Yeah, that's his feet. Do he have to come out?
I don't know, but I would leave on a high note if I was him.
But them boys from Gonzaga, they normally stay 4 years.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No matter how they play, they normally stay because they don't normally get no big-time players at Florida, at Gonzaga. They only get guys that fit their system.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. I don't know. I like him. It's a few players. You got Marcus Howard. I like him over at where he was at. He was at Marquette. You got what about the guy at Purdue? What about the guy at Purdue? What's his name? Carmen Inslee. Is that his name? Am I saying his name right, Weasel?
I think so.
You know who I'm talking about though, right?
You talking about Ken Reddish?
No, the guy at Purdue. I can't think of his name. It's gonna come to me. Hold on. Give me Carson Edwards. What about Carson Edwards? He just went for 42 and 6 against Villanova.
I ain't really watch Purdue. So I can't say.
So during the NCAA tournament, the Big Ten, they put a host of teams in there, and I'm happy because I'm a Big Ten fan. This is Bring Gay Sports Talk Radio. I'm talking to my cousin Weasel. Jelly Belly is what I call him. The cheetah, the basketball cheetah is what I call him. But anyway,
man, please.
You was a cheetah, man. But anyway, we're gonna keep going for me and him get to arguing. But anyway, you had the Big Ten. They was they represented well. Now they started off on the weekend. They started off good. They were 7-1, and then that next round hit. The Big Ten. Some of the teams start falling. You get what I'm saying? With the teams that the Big Ten got in that now, Weasel. Let me see the teams. Hold on. Let me pull out my list because I don't really know off the top of my head because I got a lot of things going in my head. You had Iowa that fell to Tennessee yesterday.
Okay.
You had Ohio State. They got blown out by Houston, which is a shock. Houston is shocking me. Houston might fuck around, Weasel. They might fuck around and be there, man. They shocking me.
But Ohio State shouldn't have been in the tournament.
Ohio State played good basketball. They won some good mentionable games, and they lost some. They lost some too. I think they beat Michigan. I think they beat Michigan State during the season too, and they beat Purdue. So those were some good statement wins.
But lost it to Indiana.
Indiana ain't a bad team. Indiana's in the NIT too, right?
I think a loss to Indiana, and I think a loss to Illinois this year.
But the Big Ten, like we were saying, they represented well. Now, we still got some Big Ten teams left. You still got Purdue, you still got Michigan, and you still got Michigan State. Out of those 3 Big Ten teams that's still left over, Weasel, who you like? Who you like to move forward?
The Michigan boys, both of them teams.
Now, Michigan is playing against Texas Tech, and Michigan State got LSU.
Oh. That might be a good one for Michigan State.
That might be.
What's up with them?
Well, you know I like Michigan.
Sure.
I like Michigan to move forward. That's my team. That's who I got in one pool in the CBS pool. That's who I got. I got Michigan State, and then in the ESPN pool I got North Carolina. I'm torn between those two, but I think Michigan can beat Texas Tech. Simpson just got to be on this game. The one game that I'm watching is Gonzaga and Florida State. Like you say, Florida State, them boys can ball. Purdue and Tennessee, that's like a in-between game. I honestly think Oregon gonna knock Virginia off though. I think Oregon could beat Virginia.
I say the best game of next weekend will be Carolina Auburn.
Carolina Auburn. Yeah, that's gonna be another good one too. That's another one that I'm gonna have my eye on. Who you got in that one? Who you like in that one? Who you like?
I like Carolina, but close.
What about Houston and Kentucky?
You said Houston and Kentucky?
Yeah, University of Houston versus Kentucky.
I got Kentucky.
I don't know. I might have to roll with Houston on that one. I'm rolling with Oregon and Houston, man. Them the ones that I think gonna sneak by these big names.
I gotta roll my boy Calipari.
Well, who you got against Virginia Tech and Duke?
You know what I got.
You got Virginia Tech.
Yep.
That's why you're my cousin. I love you, man. We both hate Duke. I like it.
We both hate Duke, but for different reasons.
that would make it even better, man. So, moving on. Let's sum it up. Moving on. You got Florida State going past Gonzaga.
That one will be a good one too.
Who you got?
I want to say Florida State, but I like Gonzaga too.
Who you got, man?
I got all those for that one.
I got Gonzaga.
That one will be a dog fight.
I got Gonzaga. Purdue and Tennessee.
That's another dog fight.
I got Purdue. Texas Tech, Michigan.
I got Michigan for that one.
I got Michigan too. Oregon, Virginia.
I got Oregon.
I got Oregon too.
I just don't have no confidence in Virginia.
I already know.
Last year.
You got Michigan State over LSU, right?
Yep.
And you got UNC over Auburn.
Yep.
Okay. So we on the same page. You got Virginia Tech over Duke, and you got UK over Houston, right?
Yep.
So we almost fairly the same on some, not a lot, but we almost there. We almost there.
True.
But
You know my reasons why I hate Duke. I've already told you.
We ain't gonna put it on the air, man. Them your own personal reasons. You ain't gonna put it on the air, man. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a music break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about Tom Izzo yelling at the player. I know Weasel got something to say about that. And then we're gonna talk about Ja Morant and Zion Williamson, because those are the two big names that's gonna be entering the draft next year. And we're gonna talk about would they fit, which one would be the best fit for the Bulls. Right here on Bring Your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, the Blaq Hippie, chilling with my cousin Weasel here on the phone on this 325. Be back in y'all in a minute. Here go Pep Talk, Sean Marshall. It's going to be quick. We're going to be back.
Feels like I'm talking to myself lately. Nobody's listening. But if I speak too loud, people get whispering. They telling me shut my mouth so they can listen in. They trying to hold me down so they can fix it in. But I ain't giving in. My fixation's on different when try to tell the people what they need, but we ain't listening. Learning that it's bullshit that you feed, so we ain't digging in. Knowing that it's bullshit that you speak, why would I settle in? Cause this isn't fucking story time. All you need to do is feel the power pushing through these lines. All you need to do is hear the truth he's taking from these lies. All you need to do is take a step back and realize life is short, so why not enjoy it? Simply adore it, do not ignore it. And by all means, don't ever slow it. Because the careful don't get second chances. The risky risk to life trying to advance upon these chances. And chances are filled with the massively massive wasted asses. But I guess the fact is, if you can't hack it, better get your ass up off that seat and get back to classes. No, I'll go back to sleep. Cause I know that it hurts to weep. But I'm gonna be the one hitting, cause I know it really just sucks to see. Let's kill the weak, carry the strong, carry along, and onto that rest of that pack and I puff in the bong. What is so wrong? There's wandering truth that I ponder upon. Sitting on classes I rap on and on about all my pen and the trend that is gone. Good riddance, I say. So I throw my feet in and carried away. Type of serenity dropped on the way, so I'm tripping and chilling away on my day. Hey, fuck you mean? Rebelly murdering everything. To widows the bitches that you think I take them. I don't give a fuck. I'm a tyrant and making awaken. I'm making this. Hopefully what I be making is over this mom for the taking. Jeez, I'm gonna step on my steez. I don't intend to be me, but I bring you and your family trees. It's best to believe that it's nothing to me. Friendly with fire when talking about simple desires. I know my mind is a liar, yet I get higher. Just the ways of my father. Still, let's hand me that lighter. Bitch, I'll be fine. Give me a year just to grind. I'm gonna be
some time. And after that time, I'm over pushing these lines, cause I ain't the only one feeling these rhymes. And then I get it, I know that I started out timid, but right now I think that I'm killing it. Last time I seriousness when I started to bury these bitches in the ditches. God damn it, I know that I'm vicious and everything else is so fucking irrelevant, huh?
Back here on this 325 on this Monday. I'm sick, but I'm still delivering the show. Got my cousin Weasel. He hot on the mic, talking. Almost got a little bit personal about to talk about Coach K. Hey, we ain't gonna do that, man. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna put that in the Coach Allen file. We're gonna put Coach K and Coach Allen together. I don't want to talk about Coach Allen. You ain't got to talk about Coach K, all right? So, we got these two prospects that's coming up, Ja Morant and Zion Williamson. Weasel, who would you take number one? Which one would you, if you the Bulls, we're going to sum this question all up in one. If you the Bulls, all right? If you the Bulls, and you got the number one pick based off the current situation and the current players that they have now, who are you taking number one, Ja Morant or Zion Williamson?
Ja Morant.
Because why? Because of what?
Because they're a point guard, and that's what they need. They don't need no more big people.
I think he a perfect fit for him too. I think he'll be a perfect fit for him because he'll challenge Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn ain't been playing that well this season, man. Hello?
True.
You there?
I ain't seen the Bulls. I ain't seen the Bulls this year, so I can't say that.
You ain't saw Bulls? You ain't been watching the Bulls this year?
Nope. I stopped watching them when they hired the dummy.
Well, I've been watching them. And the Bulls actually ain't a bad team. They got some nice pieces that they got, Weasel, that can really do some damage if they get a player like Ja Morant. Me personally, I'm not taking Zion Williamson because Zion, like you say, they got too many bigs. Where is he gonna fit? You already selling out the United Center. You already selling tickets. You already selling merchandise. You got a faithful fan base. Only thing Zion Williamson gonna bring to the Bulls at this point in time is get them to be seen on Christmas and get them more primetime games and primetime cable games. That's the only thing I can see Zion Williamson doing. But I can also see Ja Morant doing the same thing for the Bulls. To me, Ja Morant, his speed, his IQ is so similar to Rose, DeAndre Fox, and like he got the explosiveness like Westbrook. You get what I'm saying? I think him right now if the Bulls draft him, he would challenge Chris Dunn. Not only would he challenge Chris Dunn, but that would give you a nice 1-2 punch with him and Chris Dunn in the game at times. Plus, that would strengthen up your bench. You get a player like Zion and you bring him to the Bulls, where is he going to start? He's not starting over Markkanen at all. He's not starting over Otto Porter at all. So he's going to come off the bench. My thing is that why would you race a draft pick to have this guy come off the bench? You want instant impact, and I think he will provide instant impact, but he won't provide instant impact with the Bulls. Ja Morant will provide more instant impact with the Bulls because their need at the point guard. Because that's where they're struggling at. They're struggling at the point guard. What you think?
Or, you want to know what? You already said you want to get rid of Robin Lopez.
I wouldn't get rid of Robin Lopez. I'm keeping Robin Lopez.
No. I'm talking about the Bulls that already said they want to get rid of him.
Oh. I don't know why.
So because they want to go younger.
But Robin Lopez actually been the second half of the season, he been one of the top 15 to 20 centers in the league. By put up a double-double, 20 and 16, 15 and 18. You know, he been doing numbers like that. Why would you want to solidify somebody that's in this center position that is a solid center that's missing, that can provide length and everything else? Because when he's in the game, he does provide a problem with his length. I have said that since the beginning of the season. It ain't nowhere in hell I'm going to have a 7-footer on my bench. Because if he can't score or nothing else, he could damn sure stand there with his hands straight up and make the shot difficult for some other team, for the opposing team or some other opposing player, right or wrong. It's just common sense of physics, and it's just common sense of physics and basketball.
But you know what? I wouldn't get rid of him. But the Bulls already said the Bulls trade deadline they were trying to get rid of him.
Well, Robin Lopez then went on record and said that he see what the Bulls got and they got some nice pieces and he want to stick around. So Robin might stick around for the low price and see what the Bulls do on draft night, which is May 4th, which is what, May 14th? No. Draft night is June. The lottery is April the 14th. Is it April 14th or May 14th?
Somewhere around there.
So the lottery is coming up. So we hoping the Bulls can land up in that top 3% or that top 3 slot, man. So they can I want them to get Ja Morant or some type of point guard, man. Because I like Marcus Howard over there at Marquette. But my number 1 pick is Ja Morant. I ask this last question, Weasel, before we go ahead and we move on to Tom Izzo. Which player you think, if they not going to the Bulls, which player will go to a separate team? Let's just say like Atlanta or you got what's another struggling organization? The Nets. The Nets. Who you think will have more of a instant impact, Ja Morant or Zion Williamson? Just thinking about those teams right there.
I think Ja Morant. I think Zion will be better off in New York with the Knicks.
You think he'll have a better impact there, right?
Yeah, because the Knicks just gave up a franchise player, so they need somebody. They need somebody to fill the seats.
Yeah, that is true.
You just gave up your whole team.
That is true. That is true. And Porzingis, he in Dallas miserable because he not getting playing time. Well, you got Luke.
No, he's still hurt, so he ain't coming back this year.
Oh, I thought he was ready to be healthy and he was crying about playing time. I just read an article about that.
No, he decided to sit out the whole year.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, he might. Zion most definitely need to go to New York because that's where he'll own New York, and I think he'll put New York right back on the map. That's the best NBA business move that they need to make since they stopped trades and all that other shit. Don't you remember Chris Paul trade got stopped?
Right.
And he ended up with the Clippers. Well, they need to enforce some shit like that and help out that New York organization. Zion Williamson do not belong in Chicago. He need to go to New York. We need Ja Morant. That's what we need right here in Chicago to make that next step. Moving forward, man. Last topic before we go ahead and end the conversation. You already know my favorite coach in college basketball next to Coach Cal, next to Roy Williams, Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo recently, what's the name of the player he yelled at, Weasel?
I forgot that cat name.
But recently, Tom Izzo, he was on national TV and people made a big fuss about it because Tom Izzo got in his face and the player was like, "My bad." Well, you just missed a play, in a big game. This is a one and done. I understood Izzo on this. This is a one and done. You can't just sit up here and think that we got a tomorrow and we really fucking don't. Now, I had no problem with Izzo getting in his face. I don't care about Izzo being a white guy and this young fella, him being black. I didn't see nothing in color or nothing like that. I saw a mentor. I saw a coach. I saw a brother. I saw a father held somebody accountable for where they fucked up at on the court that could cost their team a potential problem. Am I right or wrong, Weasel? If you see something that's a problem, you supposed to correct it, right? Ain't that what coaches do?
Right. You wanna know what? I'm getting I'm getting sick and tired of the new age media always dogging these coaches, talking about, oh, you shouldn't do that. Man, please. If you mess up, you deserve to get yelled at.
I agree.
You shouldn't be jogging back. You shouldn't be walking back on defense.
I agree.
This is a one and done situation.
I agree.
My season could be over with.
I agree. And I'm quite sure when Izzo, when he goes sit down with them parents, I'm quite sure he goes sit down and tell them that, hey, your child is under my care and he's going to be my child while he's under my care, and I'm going to mentor him that way. I'm quite sure Izzo does that, man. And my thing is like, the sports world done got so fucking soft. Like you say, media, it done got so soft to like, players can't be coached hard. Like you can't curse at a player like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? You know, in the time of the emotions, the player should know that coach don't mean nothing disrespectful. In the time of the emotion, this is what he's doing to display his passion. Now, I feel like that the only way that can be understood if the same passion is shared. Maybe that player during that period of time didn't have that same passion that Izzo got, and that's what made it look bad. You get what I'm saying, Weasel? Maybe that was the case. I don't know.
But guess what? When they were in the huddle, everybody did. He didn't say he talking back to Izzo. That's why he kept going after him. Shut up.
Yeah.
You did something wrong. Ain't no my bad no more, man.
Yeah.
We're in a one and done situation. Ain't no my bad. Get your butt back on defense.
Yeah. I agree.
Everybody else got a job back on defense.
I agree 100%, man. And it's just that.
And guess what? Your parents is seeing Tom Izzo do this before. Because you're getting Draymond Green butt on TV.
Yeah. I have seen it.
He got Draymond Green butt. He got Jason Richardson butt.
I just seen him do it to Matisse Cleaves.
Right.
And that's his championship point guard right there. Well, former championship point guard. So, me personally, I have no problem with it. I don't care about Izzo being white and this dude and the player being black. I don't see none of that. I had what Izzo did. I would want him to do that to my son because I want my son to go to Michigan State to play under Izzo, to learn under Izzo because I think Izzo is a good coach. I wouldn't have no problem with that.
Right.
I would have no problem with that at all. Especially if I see my son on the court lagging just like he do. I have no problem with that.
Because guess what? Like Jason Williams said, if the coach stops yelling at you, then you have a problem.
Yeah. That's why I always tell people. Once I stop talking, once I stop showing my passion, that mean I'm done. That mean I don't even care no more. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to communicate with me, whether it's aggressive, whether it's bad, or whether is we need to go ahead and have a cussing and spit and shouting match. As long as you communicating with me, we can get things through. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how things is.
The way I see it, as long as he wasn't out there acting a fool like Bobby Knight used to do, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But we gonna go ahead. You got something to say?
As if you're throwing chairs at people? Come on, man.
Man, we gonna go ahead. This is Bring Your A-Game Sports Talk Radio right here on this Monday, 325 on the line with my homie Jelly Belly Telly, my cousin Weasel. Go ahead. We're gonna get into a music break, man. We're gonna come back. We're gonna wrap up the show, man. We've been talking NCAA basketball. Be back in your ear. Bring Your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Blaq Hippie.
don't need nobody. Lonely is lovely to me, man. I don't need nobody. Lonely is lovely to me, man. I don't need nobody.
I'm the cry in the shower, so it must be storming out. I'm pouring out, and every single tear that I had, I could do without. And I don't wanna make no problem, so I stay away from who around. I move around in silence, but the smoke I leave it stupid loud. So who allowed me? Sample room to speak, knowing I would speak. I might like to bleed, but don't make me give every piece of me. You just back the fuck up away from me. Give me space to please, put my nerves at ease. Let me burn my trees, cause these early birds won't get worm for me. Till I lay beneath, under more defeat. Wanted me defeat, bitch. Y'all dig me a ditch. Once I'm finished being sick as shit, I might take a bed rest and quit. But until this game tastes my dick, I ain't holding back, so I'll give. Every part of me I can't fix. Shit, fuck am I talking about? This shit irrelevant. I'm just out here killing lanes with the medicine. Thought I was high before, you ain't no better than nigga. I've gone and been falling with Icarus, talking about living livid in our dandage script, painting a vivid depiction of how I live. Stuck in this Polaroid picture I found again, bound to send only if you wanna try and win. No, my papa probably proud of me, eh? Mama told me where it ends, you begin. I just hate the people who try and pretend that they life couldn't come to an end, knowing damn well that we scared of him. Mr. Lonely Death, if you have a sec, let me catch my breath. Let me catch my breath. No, my papa probably proud of me, eh? Mama told me where it ends, you begin. I just hate the people try and pretend that they life couldn't come to an end, knowing damn well that we scared of him. Mr. Lonely Death, if you have a sec, let me catch my breath. Let me catch my breath. Lonely is lovely to me, homie. I don't need nobody. I just need rapping some weed in a couple of days in my place in complete silence. Lonely is lovely to me, man. I don't need nobody. Hey, I just need rapping some weed in a couple of days in complete silence. Lonely is lovely to me. I don't need nobody. I just need rapping some weed in a couple of days. Lonely is lovely to me, homie. I don't need nobody. Ay, I just need rapping some weed in a couple of days in my place in complete silence. Ay, the fuck do you mean? You cannot speak to a king, so I don't listen to shit you be mentioning. Just like in my middle finger is stuck in this upper position. And for the motherfuckers thinking my style ain't genuine, you ain't no kin to me, so you probably an enemy. If I was you, I would leave my vicinity, cause I'm a living, walking, breathing deity. Easy G, that's just what I know I see in me. Please believe I got people who believe in me. Easily one of the few who the bees needs, without a buzz, just a soul and some clip wings. So it's fuck you, bitch, I been mean and I been flying up for just dreams. And I done reached the mountain peak and all I seen was that the heavens was empty above all the clouds. And your point of view's always you looking down. So I've taken my chances here on level ground, drowning in sound till my body's been found in the booth. Clutching around because titled the truth. Bottle my blood, that shit 100 proof. Light up my spirit and burn down the roof. Clouds are too big and we needed more room. Plus we wanted a good view of the moon. Planning on passing that soon. Straight fucking shooting the Jupiter. Pull up on the king of rap like you with it. Smooth with it. Who is this? Sean Marshall with the fluid shit, bet it is. Sparked up my sedative. Retreat to my room like a recluse doom, but my own damn voice is a dope ass tunes in a low lit tune. Motherfucker, this the feeling I'm feeling my pen with. Couldn't give a shit, it's only emotions I can't spit, so I keep it rolling and talking until I lay rip. Probably proud of me, yeah. Mama told me where it ends, you begin. I just hate people trying to pretend that their life couldn't come to an end, knowing damn well that we scared of him. Mr. Lonely Death, if you have a sec, let me catch my breath. Let me catch my breath. No, my papa probably proud of me, eh? Mama told me where it ends, you begin. I just say that people try and pretend that their life couldn't come to an end, knowing damn well that we scared of him.
Blaq Hippie sitting back here on this Monday, 325. Been a good show. Did this podcast with my cousin Weezal. I call him Jelly Belly Telly. Oak Park alumni, manager for over 15 years. I got one last question before we go, Weezer. The Big East. Now, we was just talking last week. What we talked last week on, like, what? Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday, whatever that was? Yeah. And we was talking about power conferences. And I threw the Big East in there. And he was like, no. And I know you know your college basketball. You really deep into your college basketball. And I threw the Big East in there as a power conference because back in the day the Big East was a power conference. Right or wrong?
Oh yeah, right.
How you now? And as the conversation went on, you was like, man, the Big East ain't no power conference no more. The Big East been soft. And I see the second time in 25 years no Big East team is in the Sweet 16. What you think about the Big East? You think they can make a rise back up, or you think it's gonna be the fall of the Big East?
I only know. Tell you the truth, I only know the teams in the Big East no more.
I don't either.
Cause shoot, you had Syracuse Syracuse moved to the ACC. Who else moved to the ACC that was in the Big East?
Don't forget, wasn't the Rutgers was in the Big East and then moved to the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Connecticut bust a move too?
Connecticut, I think they're in the
But they left.
AAC.
But they left the Big East, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Is Georgetown still in the Big East?
I think Georgetown, Seton Hall.
Yeah, Georgetown, Seton Hall. Ain't
Georgetown, Seton Hall.
St. John's in there too?
Villanova. I think Villanova's still in the Big East. That's about it.
And that's crazy. And Villanova ain't even, I mean, damn. That's crazy, man. But the Big East, they got to get it together. Weezy, we wrapping up the show, man. Any shout-outs, anything you want to give before we go, man?
Nah, no shout-outs.
We back on tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow I'm going to call you about 5 o'clock. I'm going to holler at you, man.
All right.
All right. Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio, man. I'm your host, Blaq Hippie, wrapping up the show, man. Sitting back, talking to my big cousin, Weasel. And we grew up together, man, and it was dope, man. And that's something I'm going to do moving forward, man. Talk, because this is what we used to do when we was young. We used to just sit up and we just talk about sports. And, man, just moving forward, man. And that's what I want to do. I always told him that I wanted to get him behind the mic, and now I finally got him. And we talked about we're going to do this as an everyday thing. Be back down. Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. Enjoy the podcast. Holla at y'all later. Be cool.